You're now listening to the Jazz and Whip FPL Snip, covering all of the English Premier League happenings of the weekend.
Do not scratch your eyes. You are really seeing the most extraordinary finish here.
Whip, welcome back, brother. It's been a week. What a weekend it was, my friend. How are we?
Been a hot minute, eh? I'm good. Yourself?
Yeah, good, man. We all survived Friday night, so that turned out to be a good time. How'd you pull up after that?
I was fine, bro. I literally woke up the next day and I was fine. I did scull a whole 1.5 litre bottle of water before I went to bed, which probably clutched up. But
Fair. We got kicked out of the bar now. Oh, you were there. You were in the Poke Lab. I forgot.
sleep everywhere. Like, you couldn't take me anywhere. I was just falling asleep. That's probably why we got kicked out.
Yeah, it was good times. We almost got kicked out leading in straight in there. So
Yeah, literally.
all right. Yeah, bit of a different one today. We're going to do, I think, 2 podcasts this week. One EPL based, one FPL based. Sound good?
Sounds sweet.
Sounds sweet. Now, I've got a question. How am I going to word this, I guess? Well, I had a question. What is... Nah, I'll come back to it. I can't word it yet.
Okay.
Today we're going to work on one thing, and we're going to work on what our tier lists for the season and where we think people are going to finish, yeah? That's kind of what we're thinking. So we're going to come to a collaborative debate, I guess, which shouldn't be too hard, I guess. A lot of these positions are pretty straightforward, I guess. So, yeah.
So we got winning the league, top 6, mid-table, and in big trouble. So we just go with the 4. It's pretty basic. Most of them will be spread out, obviously, across those bottom 3, but I'm keen to get into it. Should we start?
We should, but yeah, I'll get to my question. What was more painful? Watching Brett die or Matt die? Brett die at Matt's party or Matt die at present? Which one was the more painful death?
Probably Matt's because it come soon enough.
Yeah, he was fucked, eh?
He was munted the moment he got there, so...
And Kyle clutching up, so shout out to Big Kyle, MVP for the night.
Well...
Catch that shit in the bucket.
Gary as well, who should have... The off-duty cop should have just arrested him for public disorderly right there.
Definitely should have. So, yeah. All right, let's get into it.
All right.
Lead the way, my man.
We'll start with the obvious, Man City. Should we just get that out of the way?
Yeah, clearly winning the league.
So that's the only reason why that tier is even a thing, because you can't put anyone in the same tier as Man City. So that's fine. All right.
That was unplayable on the weekend.
Through Man City, the better. I don't want to talk about him. Seriously.
Yeah. All right. Well, all right. So we agree. Man City wins the league, hands down. No questions asked.
Yeah. Man City won't lose for the rest of the year.
Oh, fine. All right.
They'll win the Champions League as well.
I'm calling them they'll lose against Liverpool.
Well, I called that KDB would win Player of the Year, but it's definitely going to be Haaland.
Yeah. There was a stat I read that he's got 9 more goals to get between now and the end of the season to get the same as last season's top scorer.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucked. That's actually fucked.
This episode today as well is sponsored by
Mum's Pasta.
Mum's Pasta.
Yeah. All right.
Local Den canteen near you.
All right, so let's jump to a more controversial team. Man U, then.
Yeah. Not messing around. I'll back my boys and I'll say top 6.
Well, yeah. Top 6 is a pretty broad range. I'm probably going to say they finish top 4.
You reckon top 4?
Yeah, I think you guys are going to finish top 4. I think maybe 4th is probably where you'll finish.
What did I say in the group chat? I said it wasn't even like we were that bad. You have to have the ball to be bad. City did not even give us the ball once.
Yeah, that was fucking good.
And everyone was talking in the chat about how they're playing a shaky defense, and we didn't even get close. They just pressed the whole first half, and the game was over.
Well, it's saying they've got a shaky defense. They've got an even shakier defense now.
Kyle
Walker, Stone's gone. They had Akanji, whoever the fuck that guy is.
They only got him.
And I think Laporte came back in that game, though, didn't he?
Yeah, no, they're fine, bro. They've still got Ruben Diaz didn't play at all in the Manchester.
But I think they're right back to what, Gomez now? Is that right?
No, they'll play Cancelo there.
But then who's the left back then?
Either Gomez or Ake.
That back line can be got at if you can get the fucking ball.
Yeah, literally, you have to get it first.
Yeah.
All right.
So next one up. What do we think?
Aston Villa.
Ooh. No, I think they're all right. I'm gonna go. I'll say they're staying mid-table.
I'm saying in big trouble.
Big trouble,
Bro. Gerrard's just got no clue what he's doing, in my opinion. I mean, there might be a bit
Won the
controversial.
league with Rangers
Yeah, in a 2-horse race, man.
against a team that's got one like the main team in the league.
Dude, nah, he's not the chosen one for. If he takes over Liverpool, they'll just.
I think he takes over Liverpool. I think if anyone takes over Liverpool, it's Nagelsmann.
Yeah, which is fair, but nah, seriously, they're in big trouble, bro. They just don't do anything. They just lose all the time. Like they just don't have a system. Ings and Watkins don't work together. I think you just got to focus all your time and energy on Ings. Watkins is going to go somewhere else. Like Watkins in a Southampton team, I could see that. You know what I mean? Just a main man. But nah, in my opinion, in big trouble. You think mid-table?
When you say big trouble, are we talking surviving relegation or are we talking actually getting relegated?
They spent like 100 mil again this year, and they still suck. They spent 100 mil last year. Like they're not getting they're spending that money to compete and finish mid-table, but they won't. They'll finish like bottom 6.
Yeah, I'm thinking. All right, I'll give you fine. I'll give you in big trouble, but I don't think they get relegated.
Oh, they won't get relegated. Big trouble. It doesn't mean they get. So
yeah, all right. I'll concede on that. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Southampton, then.
That's literally the next team on my list. Southampton. Yeah. I think they're another team that are in big trouble, to be honest, because they've gotten away with it the last couple of years. You know, Ward-Prowse scoring free kicks and stupid things for fun, but they're just another team. They've just got like nothing really. Like they do have a new centre back partnership, which is really sort of like tighten things up a little bit at the back. Those two like big guys at the back, but yeah, they just don't have anything. They've got Shea Adams up front, and that's about it.
I agree. I think they're in big trouble.
They're just Diamond Village for like wingers, like Townsend, Walcott, Redmond. They all went there to finish their careers. So it's just.
I honestly think they get relegated this year, to be honest.
Do you reckon they get relegated?
I reckon they get relegated. I reckon they finish like third to bottom.
That deserves some pasta. That's a big call.
Some pasta. But yeah, I think third to bottom is where they finish this year.
Big trouble then.
Big trouble. So we agree. What are you thinking next?
West Ham.
West Ham. Oh, no, I think they're still mid-table. I don't think they're in big trouble.
Well, I think
the weekend's game kind of highlighted what they can still do.
Yeah, I think for the expectations that we all had for West Ham, I think it's big trouble in the sense they're not going to get there, but they're still a mid-table team, so they'll finish mid-table.
Yeah.
But I think we're just so used to them overperforming that.
Yeah, the last few years, like that top 8 range, kind of maybe put a too big of a ceiling on them, I guess.
Yes and no, though. Their squad's very, very, very good. Like especially with Paqueta now, like it should be performing more than it is. But it's the same old problem. They've got Antonio as their striker or Skamaka. I don't know. It's just.
It's going to take time. Give them this year. I reckon they'll finish mid-table. It'll be a bit of a disappointing year, and then next year they'll come around.
Yeah, I think they need to give Maxwell Cornet a start. I just want to see a bit of oomph, bit of something, bit of fire in the belly, bit of craziness. You know what I mean? Every team's got that, I feel, except for, well, I mean, there's a handful of ones that don't have that, and they're the ones that are, boring and they're just struggling a bit. So, all right. Next up, funny enough, is Wolves.
Wolves, yeah, I'm in big trouble. I've actually got them to go down too.
No, they won't go down.
I've got them. I would lean. It's Wolves, Southampton, and Forest that go down. That's my 3.
Nah, Wolves stay up. Wolves have to stay up. Like their team is way too good to go down.
I don't know, is it?
But they've just got nothing going. They've got good individual players, but they just do nothing with it. Like when they go forward.
Yeah, because they're playing the Portuguese B team, and it's just not good.
Yeah, I just don't.
And Diego Costa, they dragged out of his coffin.
Yeah, literally. But I'm saying they're in big trouble.
Yeah, I think so. I think they're in big trouble. I agree.
Okay.
You know what? This guy just smashing past. Fucking hell.
I have to. It's so good.
All right, then Forest is a pretty straightforward one. What do we think?
They're in big trouble.
They're in the biggest trouble. I reckon they're in the biggest trouble.
They spent way too much money. They've got the manager didn't even want half the players. Like you can't.
So why did they do it then? What's the point? Because if they get relegated, a lot of them just leave, right?
Yeah, I don't know, but it's just for me. It doesn't really make sense because you can't start 22 players every week. So what's the point in buying all those players? You know.
I don't know what their game plan was like. If you brought these players in to stay up, then fine. But you bought so many players, and they're still not going to stay up. Well, I don't quite understand.
Really good players. They're all from different parts of the whole fucking world. Like they don't know how to speak English. Like
it's a good point. I didn't think of that. All right, what next? Who are we up to?
Brighton.
Yeah, I'm still going mid-table.
I'm going mid-table. I think their early form is probably going to fall a lot. They're a great team to watch, but that goes to show the quality of the Prem. In La Liga, they're probably playing Europa League next year. Top 4 side.
I think they just took out the biggest part of their team by sending old mate to Chelsea. I think Connor was the linchpin that made them overperform more than they should have.
I guess.
I think the new guy coming in won't make it's not like he's going to tank the team and the team's going to fall apart. He's just going to continue on what he's doing. But I think Potter had a few years under his belt, had that ethos with him, and now he was proving his point. And now he's gone. That point's no longer there to be proven. So the new guy's going to come in and kind of restart it again. So I think I finished like 8th, 9th, maybe 10th in there somewhere.
And just on that, Danny Welbeck, he doesn't get the credit he deserves. The work that guy does is so unselfish up front. They don't really score their strikers, but that's the problem. They do need someone up front because they don't get any goals. All their goals come from their wing backs, really. Playing there. So
actually, in that, let's say, let me just have a look this up. Do you think they get more than the 51 points they got last year? 12 wins, 15 draws, and 11 losses.
It's pretty even, eh?
Yeah.
That brings them.
Currently, they're on 14, so they're on 4-2-1 right now. Do you think they get more than 51? Because if they do get more than 51, that probably pushes them. Man, you got 58 last year and finished top 6.
Yeah, right. Yeah, look. To be honest, they look really good. Who have they lost to? Yeah, but they lose to. They lost to someone crap, didn't they?
They lost to. They obviously drew to Liverpool on the weekend, lost to Fulham.
Yeah, Fulham. That's it. I'm going to say mid-table.
Mid-table, yeah. Yeah, I think so too. I just thought that was a interesting. Like, if they get probably 55 points, they could scrape top 6. Could. I guess we get to that point when we get to the rest of the top 6 guys, but yeah. Who's up next?
Brentford.
Yeah. Just mid-table. Nothing fancy, nothing terrible. They're not in trouble. Yeah, they've got a solid enough squad. They're going to finish probably 12th, 13th, something like that.
They got a good squad. I like them, but yeah, they're good. They're sort of what the Prem needs, you know what I mean? Because they push the better teams, but they're not gonna. They're gonna fumble the bag. You know, you can still score against them.
Yeah, they're not consistent. Let's put it that way. They're going to win a stupid game they shouldn't, but then lose 2 dumb games they should win. That's kind of how they'll be. And I think mid-table is pretty fair.
Yeah.
Who we got next? Let me see. What have I got? Leicester City.
See, we did this at the start of the year, and we had them possibly going down. They've just got their first win over Nottingham Forest. Is that the floodgates opening up? Is that them thinking together?
I think they're in big fucking trouble.
I still think they're in big trouble.
I said Forest, Wolves, and Southampton, but Southampton and Leicester are my 2 that will fight each other for that final spot.
If they lose James Maddison in January, they might go down.
I think they could go down if they lose James Maddison. That's a guarantee.
Every time Leicester step on the park, the best player out of the 22 people on there is Maddison. He carries the games.
Yeah, fair. It is pretty good.
For both teams. How?
Yeah, pretty good fucking signing for a team that needs a midfielder. I don't know, Liverpool.
Yeah.
You know?
That would have helped out fucking having Fekir as well. That would have been a good signing when you guys were supposed to get him.
Yeah, but he turned the wank pretty quick. So he went to Celta Vigo or some shit and he's been trash.
You say he's wank.
Yeah, he's
You're
wank.
clueless, cunt. Seriously.
Nah, he's actual wank. He's injured all the fucking time, and then he plays at Celta Vigo and does dick all. It's no
He
good.
plays for Real Betis, and he got a
That place. Still
and he
wank.
got and he got a team of the season. So,
Okay.
I'm joking. All right. So big trouble.
Big trouble. Yep, I'm going big trouble.
Yeah. Bournemouth.
Also big trouble.
Yep.
I think they'll probably be better off than say Wolves, Forest, and Southampton, but I think they could easily fuck it up.
They've stabilised a little bit.
Yeah, I think they'll be like bottom 6, but you know what they're like. You can easily go on a 5 or 6 game losing streak,
100%.
and then be in real big trouble because digging themselves out is going to be hard.
They haven't won anything. They've just drawn 4 games in a row. That's
exactly. So I still see them in trouble. And they could very well go down, but I'm still going to lean with Forest and Wolves and Southampton as my 3 there. Definitely.
all right. Crystal Palace.
Yeah, solid mid-table.
I think they are the epitome of mid-table.
Yeah.
They got robbed against Chelsea. But I feel like Vieira just hasn't had a fair run at it this whole time he's been in charge. Like, he's done so well, but they just get stitched over.
Stitched up, yeah.
Obviously, cracking finish from Aubameyang, brilliant goal from Gallagher. But, yeah, you have to feel that Thiago Silva, he was that 100% every day of the week's a red card. He's running it on goal, whether it's on an angle or not. Like,
he fucking pads the ball away with his hand. Like, there's not even trying to hide the fucking thing.
It's an intentional handball that obviously stops the run of play, but it's also is a denial of a goal scoring opportunity. He's through on goal.
Yeah. If he grabs his leg, let's say it's not the ball, and he grabs his leg, it's a red card, right?
If he grabs his leg, it's a red card.
Yeah.
What's the difference with him smacking it over to New South Wales? Like, it's
he's fucking bad at the ball.
But you can't, like, that's what if he grabs his leg there, he's off.
Yeah.
There's no doubt.
Got away with that and stole a win.
Stops a dangerous attack. It was deliberate, and there's a very good argument to make that it was a goal scoring opportunity. If he grabs his leg there, he's off.
Yeah, I agree. They got away with that shit.
Well, on that topic, should we do Chelsea?
Yeah, I'm still saying top 6.
Yeah, Potter
helped,
I think, but
I think they're going to be okay. I'll put them in 5th. I don't think they make top 4. I reckon they make 5th place.
They're just too inconsistent.
Yeah. Let's maybe move on to a controversial one.
Wait, do you know who's not inconsistent though, or what's not inconsistent?
What?
This fucking pasta, every spoonful, forkful, is fucking incredible. Oh, yeah, let's go to a controversial one.
Liverpool. Where they finished?
Well, you can put them in 2 categories. They're in trouble. Well, they're not going to be down there. They're going to finish top 6 at the end of the day. I still think they'll finish I thought they would finish 2nd, but I think they'll finish 3rd, 4th. From a Liverpool supporter, what do you reckon?
I don't see us finishing top 6.
You don't? You see mid-table?
I see a 7th, at least.
I will not argue with you. I will put Liverpool in mid-table so quickly. I don't care.
I did call it at the beginning of the year. I said that we won't finish top 4. I said that we were going to be in a bit of trouble. And especially after those first few games, I thought we were in a bit of trouble, bit more of a trouble. But now, I'm just seeing the reluctance to change unless we do something drastic in January. And I mean, we have to go out and buy another midfielder, probably a right back, and probably a centre back. Because at the moment, there is no alternative. Sorry, I missed that.
Your centre backs are fine. You need Kanate to play more, but he's just injured all the time.
That's it. But we got nothing other than Matip, Gomez, and Van Dijk. Van Dijk's having a tough time. What are you going to do? What do you play? Matip and Gomez? I don't know, man. And Trent, I love the guy. I think he should be in the midfield, but Klopp's not going to do that. He's not going to change it. So you need to buy a right back to kind of push him out of the team and challenge him.
I don't obviously you turn off the game after 5 minutes because you're just that sort of supporter. But I'm
the fucking man. You guys walking out at 4-0, man. I'm done.
But fucking the commentators were just slewing him so badly. When Milder come on, they're like, yeah, they're not going down the left-hand side because Milner's there, but they're exploiting that right back area of Trent, like Brighton. But they just know that if you just do what Brighton did against Liverpool, put them under pressure, don't give them time. Like, Trent's only good if it's an easy game, really, like, or if he's got not an easy game. Sorry, that's disrespectful, but like
got time on the ball.
Got time on the ball, like, and Liverpool given that once this year, other than Bournemouth, and they won 9-0.
Yeah, I think, like I said, I think I have a way to fix it without actually signing anybody, but I know Klopp won't do it.
What is it?
So at the moment, we play a consistent 4-3-3 all the time.
Three at the back.
No, we play a 4-2-3-1. We play two central holding midfielders, Fabinho and Henderson, because the biggest problem we have at the moment is a team will shuffle the ball from one side of the field, from the left-hand side to the right-hand side, looking to play a ball between our left back and centre back. So Fabinho has to cover the hole, and they shuffle the ball real quick to the other side, and they just play the ball in between Trent and the other side. Put two in there, one block each hole, and I think for a while that blocks it up. Problem is, going forward, on the other hand, becomes a bit of a liability because now you're basically spinning the team around. So it's a bit of you're fucking around with the team and the thing that we've done for God knows how many years. But to stop this exploitation of Trent and that gap, I think you jam a dude in there. And you just put Henderson in there. And you say, Henderson, play the 6 next to Fabinho. If they're on one side, you stay the other. And then basically they block that hole up. I reckon that's
the problem with Klopp, though. Like you just said. You don't want to been working. It's a 7th-year curse. He did it at Dortmund, did it at Mainz. He's really good at getting this team to this point. But then when he gets challenged, he doesn't have any
It's not that he doesn't have any tactical nous because he's done that. It's because what he gets to is a point where he can't reinvent anything. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that's where we're at the moment. It's like everybody's been drilled so hard. It's like me coming to you guys and saying, we're no longer going to do the baseline cutbacks. But you're like, well, we just did that all fucking year, and now you're going to pull this whole thing out and strip it away. It's easier for him just to basically go, and we're just going to double down on what we've done forever and just smash our head against the wall until it works, than it is to pull it away and start again, start with something fresh. Where Pep has a bit more of a ability because his style is built on possession.
Yeah.
The possession can change where and the way you play into the final third. You can change that pretty easily, just as you move here, do this differently. It's not like you're changing the whole style of play for a team. So I think that's the issue that Klopp has in these 7 years curses is like you get to a point where you're just talking the same shit over and over and over again, and people just kind of stop listening, and the motivation kind of dries up, and the ability to motivate players kind of disappears, and you can only yell at them for so long. You know what I mean?
He hugs.
Well, yeah, like he can only be so happy or so angry, and people resonate with that for so long until basically you go, well, we had a bad game. He's going to walk in there and yell at us. Like, he's not going to say anything I haven't already heard before. So I think that's the issue. But I also see it not changing for a good while until, like, we can't get Núñez on the field for fuck's sake because he's so afraid to put him on the field. Like, he's literally so afraid to put him on the field and him to fail, and people would criticise him, which I get. I understand that you're trying to protect this guy from criticism and obviously destroying his potential.
Bobby Firmino is playing very well, though.
He is, but why can't? This is my point. If you played a 4-2-3-1, Bobby plays in the 10.
Yeah.
Or you play Thiago in the 10. Like, you've got two guys there. Thiago can play 60 minutes and be fine. He's not your blocker. He's just the guy that's a bit more loose. And then you bring on Firmino, and you've got a guy that can cover Thiago. He doesn't have to run around on his glass knees all the time and try not to get tackled because he's fucking made of glass and he's going to go off injured every fucking 4 games. So, but yeah, that's my Klopp fix, but he ain't going to do it, so it's fine. But yeah, no top 6 for Liverpool. That's my prediction.
There you go. I'll happily go with that. You should title this FBL mukbang so I can just sit here and eat one.
But in saying that, then, who goes into the top 6 then?
Well,
who would you put in there?
Let's look at the I don't know, because we've already said that. I think the people that were competing for top 6, we've already put into mid-table. Other than I guess this next team, Newcastle.
That's my strap.
Do you put them in the top 6?
I think they pipped Liverpool, to be honest.
I think. Well, by the logic that we've said, that 6th spot is almost between Liverpool, Brighton, and Newcastle.
Yep. I think so, and I think 55 points probably gets you this year. And Newcastle only lost once. They haven't won many, they've drawn a lot, which basically means to me that Eddie Howe's focusing on just defending a bit more.
Yeah. Isaac's injured. Hopefully he's back quickly.
And they're 12 goals scored, 8 against. It's very similar to Liverpool. Liverpool's 18 and 9. And where's the old Brighton? 14 and 8. So they're very much on par. 4 2 and 1.
I think the
2
problem
5 and 1.
for Liverpool, this is a bad season. Those stats are bad. For Newcastle, Brighton, this is good. So they're surrounded with so much positivity that it could almost bring them up. Whereas Liverpool are just going to keep getting brought down and down. So
the next 2 weeks will prove whether or not I'm right. If Liverpool shit the bed against Arsenal and Man City in the next 2 weeks, I see us not making the top 6.
Fair enough, I guess, as well.
Because then it'll be hard to come back. We're going to have to go on one of those fucking 20-game win streaks to kind of get it back on season, and I don't see that happening. So,
well, you say that, and you said something very similar, but like the other way around, like in a good way. Like all they have to do is win these games, and top 3. No, but about Arsenal, and I'm starting to believe you. They don't have to turn up against. Like they lost to us. They beat Tottenham. Obviously, they killed Tottenham. They're all over them, which is really, really good. They don't have to beat Liverpool and City. No. If they win the league, they have to. But if they accept the fact that Man City are going to walk this league, they get an easy top 3 finish by making sure they beat everyone but City and Liverpool.
I think the biggest problem will be this team is now built to they're over performing drastically.
You reckon?
Oh yeah, they shouldn't be near Man City.
They've played two hard teams, and we beat them.
Yeah, but look at everybody else around them. Like Spurs are a game off of them now. Yeah, a game and a bit off of them. Chelsea are underperforming. Man U, like all Liverpool, they should have dropped a game or 2 by now. They dropped 1, but they should have dropped points elsewhere. I think if they beat Man City, I think they play them this weekend. When do they play Man City? No, not this weekend. A few weeks, isn't it? 2 weeks. Yeah, so they got Liverpool, Leeds. Oh, the Man City game got postponed. Sorry.
Yeah, right. That's the game week 12 one. So that'll be played after the World Cup.
Yuck. Okay, so that changes kind of what I was going to say. Because I thought if they beat Man City and they went into that game and they beat them, I think they might fuck themselves. Because all of a sudden, they're like, we can win this league. We can chase Man City. We can do what Liverpool have done.
A bit like us when we beat PSG that year from nowhere.
Yeah, and you kind of like, oh, we could do this. Like,
season fucked.
So then, top is all that matters, not top 4 anymore. Yeah. I've been watching the All or Nothing.
I told you.
It's good. But it gives me the vibes in there. That's what they're like. You know what I mean? Like from what you see in that documentary about them is they're very much built on at the moment, obviously that season they didn't perform too well. So everybody's a bit down on themselves. But you can see in there, when things started to work, they're like, oh shit, he's right, we can do this. And he's always been banging on. It's like, you are as good as Man City. You are as good as them. Like, you are the best. Like, there is no reason you can't be. And now that they are the best, or right up there with the best, do you think when they lose to Man City, or if they lose to Man City, it's going to crack them?
It could be a slippery slope.
Yeah, it'll either crack them or they'll rebuild it. Or they'll go in the complete opposite direction. They'll beat Man City, and then because they've beaten Man City, they've got it in their head like, oh, we are better than Man City, or we're as good as, we're going to win this league. And their squad's so thin. And they start running themselves into the ground.
If Jesus gets injured, it's curtains. It's it. That's done.
That's my point. Like, how far down the line do you go? If you beat Man City and you're top of the table and you're off by 4 points, do you just keep playing Jesus all the fucking time?
They're playing Ben White at right back.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess because he's been good there. But centre backs, who do they have? You know what I mean?
What was that at the moment? Gabriel and Saliba, I think. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, I think they're going to do very well this season, but it's going to be interesting for them how quickly they unravel if things either don't go their way or go too far their way. So, I thought that reality check against Man U was good for them. I thought that was you got beaten. You didn't get beaten like off the park, beaten like Man City beat Man U off the park kind of thing. It was like it was like you got beaten because you made mistakes and Man U capitalised on them. So, yeah.
Right. Let's go to the other side of London. One that just fell. We'll go to Spurs. I think that's just easy. Top 6.
Top 6, yeah.
Not really much.
I think they finished third, to be honest.
Yeah, I think it's just typical Spurs. Their season and how good their season is will depend on other teams. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's just one of those things. Like Spurs have a really good squad, but they just Conte hasn't got them really firing in the way that he wants, unless it's against a shit team.
I don't think they're particularly good at the moment either.
No.
Like they're just a more drilled version of Man U at the moment.
They're just there.
Well, like they play like you guys. They sit in, they counter attack, but they counter attack against everyone, not just like the big teams. They counter attack against everything, but they can do it well against Wolves. You know what I mean? Like they just suck, or Everton, they just suck. So I think they're just a more drilled and more refined version of Man U. But the problem is when like they come up against a team like Arsenal, who bang in an early goal or so we get ahead. There's only so many counter attacking chances you can create.
Yeah, they can pitch that.
So I don't think they're going to get too much further, to be honest. So I think they're going to finish in the back. I reckon that's my prediction.
We mentioned Everton.
Yeah.
Just then, where do you reckon they finish? Are they in big trouble? Or
Nah, they're in mid-table now.
I think they've recovered. They were in big trouble at like 2 games into the season, but Lampard seems to have them playing. Alex Iwobi is all of a sudden Ruud Gullit. Seriously, he's actually really good to watch. He's him. Who they got in the midfield? Is it Onana in there?
Yeah, and who's the other?
I think they just play those 2, and then they play a weird formation. But no, they've got a really good system going there, and it's okay. You know what I mean? I think they'll finish.
Idrissa Gueye, Onana, and Iwobi.
Yeah, Idrissa Gueye, he was a big one to get back, which is really.
He went to PSG, didn't he? Yeah.
Random as fuck.
And he just hated gay people or something.
Yeah.
Let's
talk about that. But all right. Leeds,
yeah, I think they'll finish bottom, like near the bottom, but in that mid-table block. I don't think they're in trouble. I think they're just going to be safe.
I think Marsh has got them playing okay football. They're not like what the Brentford. No, who'd they play? Aston Villa. It finished 0. I don't know. An old Leeds team.
They had a red card in that game, though.
Yeah, an old Leeds team would have choked that. You know what I mean? Like I think they're just a little bit more mature at the back, and like they're so known for either scoring 6 or conceding 6. So it's weird to see them concede 5 there or the other way. And last but certainly not least, because it's not controversial, but it's like it is a little bit. Fulham.
Yeah, mid-table. I think they're very good. I think they have their tactics down, their game plan down. I think they're quite a solid team. I don't think they're going to break any records or anything, but
whooped Newcastle 4-0.
Well,
they just got whooped by Newcastle 4-0.
Yeah, and that'll happen though against these teams that just catch them out. They fall apart a little bit, but then they'll do dumb shit like they did against Liverpool, where they just walk them off the park.
And Mitch unreal, but he's injured, so hopefully
he's injured now. But how I heard it wasn't terrible. Like he came off a half 30 minutes in or something, and it wasn't that terrible.
I don't know. I think if he gets injured for a long time, they're in big trouble. They got no one else.
Mm.
So
I think so too. But I think they'll be fine. I think they'll gather enough points early in the season, like they have, and be safe come the end, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So they'll be right there with Leeds. I reckon about that 13th, 14th spot.
I like it.
Yeah.
Well,
so big shout. My prediction for Liverpool not make top 6.
I like it. What was mine? I had one. No, I can't remember. This is really awkward. My big shout is that Man City will win the league. So
yeah, genius move. Did we actually do Man U?
Huh?
Oh, we did do Man U at the very beginning, didn't we?
Yeah.
God, man, we brushed off them pretty quick. So, but let's do one other big call. What do you think? Like, so come up with like some kind of retarded stat or something. Because my one was obviously Haaland. I think this guy is going to break 35 goals this season in the Prem.
He doesn't score more than 20. No, I'm joking.
Yeah. Goes down injured for the rest of the season.
Yeah. That is a fact. Stupid stat. I think. All right, I've got one for you, and you're probably gonna laugh. Martial outscores Son this year if he plays. Like you can't really compare it if Martial ends up warming the bench for the rest of the year. But if it might be recency bias because he come on and scored a brace, but I saw what I saw in that preseason game, and I watched the preseason games, and I just think he fits Ten Hag's system so well. And he could have had 4 if he wasn't disrespected by Casemiro every time he touched the ball. But my prediction is Martial will outscore Son if he gets minutes, because useless saying it if he's just going to sit on the bench.
Yeah, I agree. That's a fair shout. I think Son hasn't been great this season as well, so I think that's probably aiding the help towards Martial.
Yeah,
so,
and we need a striker. Rashford's not a striker. He's way better when he plays at left wing. And I do like Sancho, but Sancho's been wank, and he was terrible on the weekend. Anthony, though, played for the badge, and the way...
I needed that motherfucker, Sancho, is to shoot the fucking ball at the goal from a bet, but no, don't shoot. And then he gets replaced by Fred, and Fred takes a fucking retard shot, and Martial scores.
Boy, Fred.
Thanks, Fred, you wanker. Like, couldn't have fucking let Sancho do that. But, yeah. I think it's going to be a rough year this year. On that, though, in that game, there was a key moment in that game that stood out for me against Man U and Man City. There was Eriksen not killing De Bruyne in his half when Haaland set up Foden in that second goal, I think, that really good goal. That needs to happen. I think the only way this Man City team gets stopped is if someone just straight up fucking murders KDB and Haaland. Just like on the field, double foot, Eriksen should have just fucking chopped the shit out of the KDB and broke his leg. Like, took one for the team, got the red card, see you later. Like, that needs to happen. Otherwise, I don't see them stopping. I see those two just being unplayable and freaks all season.
Wait till they play Wolves, mate, again.
Yeah. Fucking, that's what I mean. Send up Diego Costa. Why are you playing centre back against Haaland? And this is why. And then he just fights him. And, like, it's just a brawl. Like, that's what you got to do.
Or somehow Haaland into punching him in the face and getting an 18-week suspension and we can sleep peacefully.
That's it. So I think some dumb shit needs to happen like that for Man City to be stopped. But I don't think it's going to. Yeah. All right. Good chat, my friend.
Talk to you again Thursday. We'll have a more FPL.
Yeah, we'll have an FPL-based podcast come Thursday once we kind of break down what happened through the week and some good shit to look forward to in the weekend coming. I'm so glad this fucking soccer back though, man. I was losing my mind not watching it over the last few weeks. So
I agree.
Good chat. I'll talk to you soon, my friend.
Alrighty, see you later, mate.
See you, brother.